Welcome to Plot Twisted Spicy. I'm Tyler.
And I'm Sean, and we're here to talk plot twists, questionable life choices,
and what happens when a story invites us to get in between the sheets.
We rate the spice,
judge the twists,
and ask the most important question.
Was it worth the chaos?
Before we start, this podcast is strictly for the grown and sexy. We talk about mature topics, use explicit language, and dive into some very adult situations with plenty of laughs along the way. Recommended for listeners 18 and older, listener discretion is strongly advised. If you're still here, fluff those pillows. Let's get between the sheets.
So we're on episode 2 of Plot Twisted Spicy, reading the books that you add to your TBR when you're trying to make your reading goal.
Oh my god.
Tyler, how was your week?
It was alright. I was off work for the week and just chilling.
That's nice. I worked all week, but I'm human.
So slutty.
I thought you just said so slutty. So slutty. So we're going to review our book, but before we do, I actually have a rapid fire, which I wish I had a jingle for because I've named it.
Next on the list.
We're going to play Ick or Pick.
Why?
The game where I ask Tyler to choose her picks and icks from a category of my choosing.
Are these tropes? Or is this
Today
the trope?
It is.
Is this the trope thing you were mentioning earlier?
Yeah, so I have a list of 22 tropes that I've just randomly chosen. And you're going to tell me if you, like their thumbs up, they would be a pick or an ick. Do you understand the premise of my game?
I'm putting my thumbs up during only audio space.
Your verbal audio, it would be a pick or an ick.
Okay.
Like basically good or bad, but I liked it because it rhymed.
Just me. Pick. Ick. For those that can't see me, I'm literally putting my thumbs up and down.
So it'll be like just a quick, like we could do rapid fire. I feel like you shouldn't be allowed to explain yourself.
I don't think I need to explain myself for picks or icks. If I feel like I need to explain myself, I will. But other than that, I don't think there's no need. Okay. Why is there a need?
So today's ick or pick category is book tropes.
Uh-huh.
And I went kind of light because it's our first game. And I thought I would give you like a little bit of I'm easing you into the situation.
All right.
Anyway, so the top of my list is slow burn.
Depends on the slow burn.
You can't do that for every single one.
Damn it. I would say pick.
Yeah.
Slow burn can be, it's more fun than not, but there's some slow burns I'm like, fucking get it together. Like,
get it on.
Well, just like Trial of the Sun Queen, where it's multiple books long. I'm like, come on.
She even has it in the dedication. She's like, trust me, they finally have sex. Like, shut up. I still love the books. Yeah, but
I love the books, but that was one of those things where I was like, it would start and then it would stop, and I'm just kind of like, just do it.
All right. Well,
but yeah, I would say pick, but if it's a multiple book thing, and I'm like, let's just get it together. Come on.
All right. So pick for a slow burn. I would agree. I actually tend to like a slow burn, but if they're too slow, I'm scratching my eyes out of frustration.
Squinch.
Touch her and you die.
I would say pick. That's a fun one.
I enjoy that as well. It's a pretty quick one for me. This one's like everywhere. Enemies to lovers.
I would say pick if it's done right, but I find it's not always done right, so it's been ick for me lately, because anytime I see anything that's enemies to lovers, I'm like, were you really enemies, or were you just indifferent from each other, and then...
You didn't know them, you didn't hate them.
Yeah.
You didn't have a seething hatred.
Because I find enemies to lovers...
true enemies to lovers. Pick? Okay.
Just because I've been reading a lot of, it's enemies to lovers. I was like, where's the enemies? I see no enemies. I see people that just didn't know each other, didn't care about each other, but now they're lovers. It's happened too many times and it really annoys me. Don't label it that if it's not that.
You know what? That's a very valid argument. We're on 3 of 22 and she's fired up. Okay, so I have a why choose.
Oh, pick.
Again.
I like that. That's fun.
Let's go under the assumption of well-written why choose, or well-written slow burn, or because obviously if something is poorly written, then the trope just gets icky.
Yeah, I would say pick.
All right. I'm up and down with why chooses because I get annoyed that they're all like in love with each other. It doesn't feel like
that's fair.
Not that is it being polyamorous when like they're That's a thing, right? Like, they're all together?
Yeah, they're all together as poly.
That's fine, but
Yeah.
I'm just, like, it's happening a lot. And I'm like,
That's fair.
maybe narrow it down, MMC and FFC. Let's figure this out now. Or FMC.
You clearly have a favorite somewhere.
Yeah, like, come on. Fated Mates.
I would say pick for Fated Mates. I haven't read too many Fated Mates where it's like, I haven't read too many, but in my head, I would say pick.
Okay.
But again, I haven't read too many Fated Mates ones, to be honest.
Again, well written, I would give it a for sure. Poorly written, anything poorly written just makes me feel gross. So,
Trash.
Pregnancy trope.
No.
Yeah, we're not fans of that.
It's dumb.
It is dumb. Now,
how are we gonna save this book? A baby!
Now, so there's pregnancy trope, but then there's breeding kink, and they're different. So, what is your thoughts on that? Because technically, they're different. Breeding kink is about, like, the idea of it, but not it actually happening. Pregnancy is an actual pregnancy.
That is one I'm truly indifferent about, but maybe I'll just say ick just because I am just that indifferent about it and don't care about it.
It doesn't give you the pick vibes.
No, doesn't give me a pick. So
Do you like the terrible title of this or what?
I'm living with it.
Yeah, well, that's what you get. Forced proximity.
Honestly, pick. I'm down.
I feel like without it, like, I feel like everyone has to have forced proximity, or, like, how else do the characters progress and fall in love? Like, they need to be around each other.
Yeah. That's an automatic pick for me. I think that one's a no-brainer.
Okay, a no-brainer. Friends to lovers.
Actually, I would say ick for that one because I'm like, you had all this time, my guy.
I hate it. I don't like friends to lovers 99% of the time. I don't think I've ever read a book where friends become lovers and I go, yay.
My thing is just kind of like, you had all this time and now you decide. Now, after, was it like 15 years of friendship, you decide to become lovers? It's like, bleh.
The best book that used that trope in the way that I think it should be used is, have you read Funny Story by Emily Henry?
No, the only Emily Henry book I read was, what's that pink one? I have it down here.
Happy People?
Happy Place. It's right there.
I've only read Funny People by her.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, Funny Story. And in that story, like, the two main characters are in relationships.
Yeah.
And those, like, they're coupled persons. So, like, her fiance and his girlfriend are childhood friends. And they cheat on them together. So they end up together. And they end up as a couple throughout the book. And I think that's the best way to do that trope, though, because it completely doesn't, like, it's a lie. It doesn't work out, sorry, like, but basically they think the grass is greener, so they cheat on their partners, and then the main girl has nowhere to go, so she moves in with the other girl's ex-boyfriend. And they, like, live together and deal with their, like, broken hearts together.
Trauma bonded.
Pretty much, yeah. And they, like, hang out all the time, and then they start seeing the couple, and then the couple misunderstands and thinks they're a couple. And they start getting jealous, and I'm like, I like the trope that way only because it's not, like, it falls apart, as it should.
Fall apart.
I don't like the, like, romanticizing the friend zone, I guess. That's how it feels to me, and I don't like it, personally. So it's an ick for me as well.
It just reminds me too much of high school, where it was like,
they pine for you.
Yeah,
for
they're
forever.
like, remember, like, I've been there for you all this time. I was like, yeah.
That's
fuck
called
off.
friendship. Yeah, that's all it was supposed to be. Okay, well, we're moving on. Bit of a trigger. Brothers. So usually it's like one girl and both brothers want her.
We've read that book.
It's an ick for me.
I've only read the one book, and that one book was kind of an ick for me, so I'll say ick.
I don't like when anyone's blood related.
Well, we had that same... Well, actually, wait. That's the second book we read, because we did read Credence. And that's brothers and a dad.
Sorry to those of you that read Credence and liked it, but no. That's a big no. That's a big up top mountain no.
I don't care if they're step family. Family is family, and that's very Alabama shit.
And she's step family. The rest of them are blood related.
I'm just saying. They're still family.
Should we share her brother? Ew. That's a sentence I never want to hear out of your mouth.
Yeah. That was one of those things when... Yeah, because Credence gave me, like, major ick, but
Yeah.
when we were about to read Graves, I was just kind of like, you know what? I'm open. They're not even step family. Let's see the brother thing. And I was like, nah, it's fine.
Yeah, something about it doesn't make me feel any kind of way.
Yeah.
He falls first.
Actually, Pick, I do like that. I like that a lot.
Me too. I don't like when she falls first and pines for him. I'm like, no. He should love you first.
Yeah. If he wanted to, he would.
Yeah, exactly. He's just not that into you.
Fine, I guess I'll break down and love you.
Fine. Oh, God, pregnancy trope. No. Blackmail. I don't know if I've read any, which is why I was curious if you had.
No.
Okay, so that's like a we don't know, because I haven't read a blackmail romance or any smut related to blackmail.
No, I have not at all. Like, I'm trying to think back, and I don't think I've had... No.
Okay,
so
well, if anyone has a good blackmailing book, let us know, because I haven't read one. I'd be intrigued to see how that becomes...
Steph will know.
Love or... Yeah, Steph, you're on again. We're bringing you in every episode. We'll have tell us what minute of the episode we mentioned Steph. A mask kink.
Oh, Pick.
100%.
I love a mask.
Yeah, I love a well-written mask kink, for sure.
My first spicy book was Masks, and I was just kind of like, oh, I actually quite like this.
And let's be honest, Mask with Jim Carrey. It's the original mask kink for our age group, isn't it?
Just Jim Carrey in general. Well, that Jim Carrey in general. I don't know about now.
Young Jim Carrey. Early Jim Carrey, I like him.
Yummy Jim Carrey.
Oh, yummy Jim Carrey. I'm with you there. He was quite the looker, I think. He did not age well, but he was cute back in the day. I liked him.
Man went through trauma.
Yeah, he went through his own thing, but what a cute Canadian.
Ugh.
Fake dating. I can't wait to hear that sound back. Tyler just ran her teeth over her lips and breathed in.
If written well, Pick.
We're under the assumption these are all written
yes,
well.
Okay. But I find it's not written well often.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But, if it's... I'm actually trying to think back to one that I liked. But I like the idea of it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Again, the only thing I can think back to right now, just because we already mentioned it and it's right behind me, is Happy Place. And that really annoyed me because it was all miscommunication. And I was like... Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So...
I don't tend to like it because I'm a big fan of communication, and whoever writes fake dating constantly uses miscommunication as a crutch, I think.
Okay.
Personally, if I will happily make it a pick if I find one day where somebody wrote it well, but I can't even think of an example of it being written well.
Yeah, I'm trying to think now. Okay, yeah, ick, because I can't think of
I
any.
talked you out of your pick.
You did, because I'm like, oh, if written well, and I'm trying to think to when I've read one that was written well, because I'm like, there has to be one, but I can't think of one off the top of my head. Mm-hmm. If for some reason I think of one, we will do an insert of Misinformation Police.
Or if anyone knows of a really good fake dating book, let me know. Okay, Amnesia. Ick, right? Ew. I've never enjoyed it. What's that about? Amnesia.
Well, that's the thing. I never liked it in rom-com movies. Why would I read about it? I think that shit is so weird, and it's just kind of it just gives me such the cringe, because usually when there's an amnesia thing, that's when the other person is are lying and trying to be well, we've been together this whole time. Love Overboard. That 80s movie with Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn.
It's just Overboard.
Is it just Overboard?
It's just Overboard.
Perfect. I was like, I don't remember.
Yeah. It's just Overboard. I actually liked that movie.
That's the only one that I like.
I'll give you two. I agree with Overboard because, first of all, that's where they fell in love. Yeah. And he that's an enemies to lovers.
Yeah.
He can't stand her, so he's trying to manipulate her. Yeah.
That's the only one. That's the only movie where I like where there's an amnesia thing and it's worked out.
I have a second. 50 First Dates.
Jake and I rewatch that all the time too.
I love that movie. I think it's so ridiculous.
But also, he's not lying to her. And
he is in the beginning because he finds out she lost her memory. So it's not with what was our first example? Overboard. They
Overboard.
met, and she knew who he was, and he doesn't like her,
Yeah.
so he manipulates her. That's why they end up together. In 50 First Dates, he never knew her before her memory loss.
Yeah.
So he makes a bet with the guy in the diner and lies to her a bunch to get all this time with her, but then falls in love with her through that and then starts being himself.
Yeah.
So it's like a bit different, I guess. It's not like a amnesia trope to that degree, but I still think it falls into the category.
Yeah.
A
All
little.
right. Those are the only two that I like. Everything else is an ick.
Yeah, and those are both movies, not books.
Yeah.
We didn't pick a single book.
Nope. I don't think I've read a single book with it because I'm like, no.
What's it called? The Alchemized has some amnesia in it, and it drove me absolutely nuts. It's really hard. It's really sad.
Well, that's just a sad book in general, isn't it?
It's so good, though.
I do want to read it. I just haven't got.
But it's so good.
I'm
I really
wait-
liked it.
I'm waiting for it from the audio library. I'm waiting for it on Libby and on Cloud
The
Library
audiobook's
right
really
now.
good.
I could do that too.
Insta-love. Perfect. Hope we caught that. Anyway, Insta-love.
Insta-love. I'd say that's an ick. I think it's a cop-out.
I do too, and I feel like you can't love somebody if you don't even like know one thing about them. Like, I saw her flowing gold hair and I loved her. Like, no you didn't.
Love
Shallow.
at first sight. Shut the fuck up.
Shallow prick. I just assume it's the man.
Yeah.
A virgin.
Ick. I fucking hate those. It's
Okay.
so dumb.
Okay. I hate when the girl's a virgin.
It's always the girl that's the virgin, though.
I've read a couple where the guy is a virgin and it's really adorable. Like,
Well, Pestilence.
Pestilence.
Pestilence is the only one that I've
And
read.
he's like, "Oh, we must be married," and she's like, "Are you stupid?" He's like, "Maybe. This isn't romantic. I thought I deflowered you." And she's like, "No, I've ridden many other men." And he's like, "Oh." Sorry, we had a brief intermission because we had rocks thrown at our windows. That's almost a trope.
It wasn't a rock. It was an aluminum bottle can.
Oh my god, well, it was terrible.
From our recycling bin. But I saw it come up and hit the window because I'm facing the window, and I was like, ah!
So we were talking about virgins, and I think I would agree it's ick if it's a woman, but sometimes it's written really cutely when it's a man, especially when it's been a ridiculously long time, like Edward Cullen is a virgin.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Dudes as virgins, yes. Females as virgins, no. I just think the female one is so overdone. And
what do I do?
Well, I read at Christmas recently. It's called A Very Killer Christmas. Mm-hmm. And that was a book that I loved the first book. This was the second book. And I thought it was going to be a completely different book altogether, where it was the killer sneaks into the house because he thinks nobody's home, and instead there was a girl there. But I thought the girl would be kind of, the scene from the Carol Burnett show where there's a burglar that comes in and he was just kind of you're not we're gonna stay here, you're not allowed to leave, and then she locks the door. She's like, you're not allowed to leave. I was hoping it would be a story like that.
Yeah.
But it was this meek little girl that doesn't go out into public and is a virgin and has never seen a naked man before up until that night. And I was like, this is so dumb.
Yeah, I feel like people can go really over the top with the stereotype of a virgin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of really? Really?
Yeah. I also get annoyed when they're instantly good at something, but they were a virgin 2 seconds ago.
Well, that was the thing. In the story, it was she was this meek little virgin, and then she was like, you make my... But then, while they were boning for the first time, she was thinking in her head, oh, my pussy is blah, blah, blah. I was like, bro!
Oh, you were thinking.
Ain't no way.
Okay, we only have 5 left, so you're almost through. Fake marriage.
I would say it's similar to the fake dating, so ick.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion, is that's just fake dating, just amplified by a couple, and then you're just kind of yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
And you're bleh.
Brother's friend.
If it's revenge, yes.
Ah, okay. I like that staple. If it's revenge, yes. Revenge against your brother?
Oh. Or I guess I'm more thinking ex-boyfriend's best friend or ex-boyfriend's brother kind of thing. I think that's a plus if it's a revenge thing. For brother's best friend could be a pick.
I can see where the realm you're in though here.
Yeah.
It's a specific kind of situation.
Screw you, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, sure. Go ahead, girl. Get it?
How do you feel about second chance romance?
The second chance romance tends to be connected with, again, miscommunication. And it bothers me. Because it's just kind of like, well, if it didn't work out the first time...
I hate second
because
chances.
you guys didn't communicate at all. Unless you guys went to therapy and are figuring it out.
Yeah,
Is it
you
really
just
gonna...
ran into each other and like... Okay, the only time I did like it was that one, the Heartbreak and Magic book or whatever that we both read. So I liked it to a degree because I liked that book.
I liked the book. I hated the guy.
Yeah, I hated the guy, but I liked the recipes and the family, and like, I was like, damn it, I have to put up with this, but I...
It was one of those things where I loved the story, but I hated the situation because it was the whole, like, he's doing the right thing by doing this, and then it just so happened to conveniently unfold that they could end up together, and I was just kind of like, this is stupid.
Yeah, well, that's why pregnancy tropes suck. Okay, reverse harem.
Yeah. Pick.
Yeah, I'm a pick for that. I like a reverse harem. And finally, one bed.
So dumb. Ick.
Ick to the one bed.
Just, I don't know. I think that one gets overplayed a lot, and everyone's like, ooh, one bed. And I'm just kind of like, bitch, go to the couch.
This was more lighthearted. I'll be a little harder on you next time. But I just thought we'd ease into it today.
I feel like I had opinions.
I like
For
to
once.
opinions. I'm gonna come up with a really catchy song to be like, doodly doodly doo, it's tick or pick. I'll sing to you. Okay, so we read Wet Hot Allosaurus Summer by Lola Faust.
Yes.
The book is like very, very short. Like 100. Yes, it was only like 172 pages. My first question for you is, what did you rate it?
I hated this book.
You hated this book.
I hated this book.
Every minute of it? I didn't hate it.
Like, I think I keep going between a 1 and a 2 because I'm just kind of like, I did not like this book. It was a book that you could not put down because it was just so unhinged.
Yeah.
But I also was just like, what the hell is this?
I didn't put a star rating on here. I put a pepper rate. Oh, no, I did. I rated it 3. Okay.
2 for me.
Because we have like a thoughts and quotes section in our like book here. The first thing I wrote is in all caps, he eats her arm. He eats her arm.
He eats her arm.
And she thinks that's romantic.
Well, it was...
I've got notes. Do you have notes? I have notes.
Yes. Well, mine are a lot of, like, the quotes. So, like, my thing that I want to start with is the trigger warnings. Did you actually read through the stupid trigger warnings?
No.
Literally anything that was talked about in this book, she just put as a trigger warning.
Oh.
So it would be like, dinosaurs, sex, dinosaur sex, Walmart, barns, pickup trucks, vegetables, cornfields, farms, dormant and working, portable toilets. Like, it was literally anything that was mentioned in the book was a trigger warning.
Okay, so quick, if it isn't obvious, Wet Hot Allosaurus Summer is about a farm girl who basically falls in love with an Allosaurus, and that's the story. Like, that's all. That's the synopsis. I've written a couple of thoughts down. Mm-hmm. I did not read the trigger warnings because I'll just react as I go, but that's ridiculous. I almost feel like that's ironic that she wrote them like that, but... Yep. So he eats arm. Feathers have healing properties. My next thing is, who describes curves as crystallized? Her curves are crystallized? I don't like that.
Well, when she described the dinosaur, Big Al.
Big Al.
The Big Al.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like sexy honky-tonk curves.
Yeah. And that's insane.
And I was just kind of like, that. I don't know if I would have described anybody like that, let alone a dinosaur.
So I think for me, I rated this 3 stars because I was laughing for like so much of this book. Like, I enjoyed the insanity of it. Like I wrote, I'm shook to say I didn't hate it. The pacing was wild and the amount that happens is shocking, but overall I laughed my way through.
I read the whole thing in one sitting because it was just so unhinged. But every time I read a ridiculous line, I literally would read it and stare off my window and be like,
So angry. Should put dinosaurs on my trope list for you. It happens in Alberta. This book is Canadian.
Yeah.
This dinosaur is running through the plains of Alberta with her. Like, of all the places to choose your dinosaur romance.
But, like, so some of the quotes that I wrote down from this book.
Yep.
Felt the hot pain of his love as he devoured the whole thing, and I put right beside it, talking about her fucking arm.
Hot pain of his... I cannot believe she feeds him her arm because it's just dead. They did nothing to try to heal it. His feathers have healing properties, because that's a thing. It says right here, she described... No, wait. The point is, feathers have healing properties. So she gets shot by her daddy in the farm. She gets shot by daddy, and instead of immediately running away and just like putting feathers on the damaged arm, they run for such a long time that her arm dies.
Yep.
Like, and then he eats it, and then he's like, oh, by the way, I have these feathers we can stick to your stump. Just like, where did that come from?
Well, that was the thing. Like, I was starting to read the story, and I was just kind of like, okay, this is a little ridiculous. And I was like, shot her in the shoulder. And I was like, okay, well, this is weird. And then I got to the part where he ate her arm, and then that's when I texted you, ... Because we're not allowed to talk about it, but I was like, this is how I'm feeling right now.
I can't believe how long we've gone without talking about this.
Yeah. Another one. Slurped hot blood like wine, savored muscle and fat like it was Wagyu steak. And I was like, what a descriptor. There, like, most of my quotes are like just her descriptors of things, like
oh my god.
Folded her forward like his own savory little tortilla.
It's masterful in its chaos, I have to say. Like, in my opinion, it's so insane. She describes his feather dew as a sexy and hip honky-tonk curl. Explain that to me.
Yep.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. But it's just...
Oh, also, this was supposed to be a sexy line, and maybe you wrote it too. Tear apart her flesh, melting off her bones. That's when he's, like, entering her. So when he is, like, entering her for the first time, she feels her flesh tearing apart and melting off her bones. And that's supposed to be sexy. That's supposed to be a good thing.
Lordy.
Here, let me pour some acid on you. It's so sexy.
Oh my god.
I could not believe that. You didn't laugh the whole time? I was crying. I was laughing so much.
Well, okay, let me put it this way. So one of the prompts for our journal is, what did you think of this book? I said, this is the most unhinged shit I've ever read. I think the author wrote this as a joke.
But she wrote 7. You think she wrote 7 jokes?
Oh, God, I don't know.
I forgot. Alex, so because I couldn't talk to you, I was talking to my husband about this. Did you know that there is a dinosaur romantic movie? And it has a famous actor in it. I saved the cover for you. I'll have to find it now, but it's an absolutely wild film that was made. And of course, I saved the photo, but we missed our last recording, and I have no idea where it is now. But it was crazy. And yeah, it's a real movie. It's a real movie. The cover for the film is absolutely insane. It looks like a Harlequin romance with like a animatronic dinosaur and a half-naked girl on the cover.
Isn't it like the Terra and the T-Rex or something like that? Is that what it is?
I don't know, and I'm so sad to say that I don't remember. I wish I knew.
Because I think I heard somebody talk about that not that long ago. It was like a Denise Richards movie. Like the chick that was married to Charlie Sheen.
It's fine. We'll talk about it another time.
Okay.
We're just filling in gaps right now. But there's a movie, and it's this teenage boy basically gets in a car accident. So his body's mangled, but his mind is fine, and he ends up putting his mind in a dinosaur. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I also thought it was crazy that they like decide to run away together, and he takes her to this place, and then immediately walks off with the redhead.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That entire scene, I was just kind of like, what is going on? Like, but that was the thing, like, he ran off with the redhead, and then, like, she ends up in that tent with the
getting
lady
initiated. She gets fisted by one and she has to eat out the other.
Yeah.
So she basically has a whole dinosaur sit on her face. She'd be dead. She would be dead. Like, the weight of that situation doesn't make any sense. And then the woman is like, I'll just work in India. You join us now. Like,
this is the initiation station, and you're just kind of like, fuck, quit the initiation
just
that you're going through right now.
And she's sad. She's so sad because Hal's gone.
And then, but like I thought that whole situation was just wild, because like as soon as they're done, they leave the tent and they're basically walking down the aisle, and I was just kind of like, what the fuck is going on?
But they're not walking down the aisle. It's a mating ceremony, and it's 2 dinosaurs and 1 human per couple.
Yeah,
that also made no sense, because to me I was like, why 2 dinos? That seems like a lot.
I would say 2 humans, 1 dino, not 2 dinos, 1 human.
2 humans, 1 dino. That's the ratio of love.
There you go.
That's what you should have. Makes no sense any other way. But what is that called? What they were doing to her? Because she basically walks into a mating ceremony of this like random blonde woman.
Yeah.
And they basically take her from like both sides, which I always picture as like a spit, like for dinner, like a chicken on a rotisserie.
Is that like Eiffel Tower?
That's what I thought it was called, but then I said that to somebody the other day, and they said that's not what it's called.
Is that not the Eiffel Tower?
We have a third party here, and she doesn't.
I think spit roast is when you've got
Oh, okay, so it is what I picture.
Like spit roast, yeah.
Spit
and
roast.
The Eiffel
Dinosaur
Tower, I think,
roast.
is when you've got 1 person on the bottom and 1 on a face and 1 on and your peak, like it's triangular.
Okay, so spit roast. So their mating ceremony in this dinosaur love story is them spit roasting this woman, and everybody's like war crying about it. And then Big Al walks in with little redhead stranger and another dinosaur, and then sees her and decides he must have her. So they run away to the butchers. They end up at a butchery, or
it's the
tannery, butchery,
the meat factory.
The meat factory where they yeah. And she wants to, like, get meat for him because he basically eats her out on her period, and that's all the blood he gets. Do you have a quote for that one?
Well, that's the folded her forward like his own savory tortilla, because that's the period scene. Oh. Yeah. Savory tortilla.
Salted. Yeah, so they end up at a butchery, or like a whatever place where meat is slaughterhouse. They end up at a slaughterhouse, and there's an old dude there, and you find out that they've run so far they're in the US, so they're in like California now.
I can't remember where
they end up somewhere in the US.
Yeah,
and so she's now an illegal alien, and so she has no paperwork and 1 arm, and she asks to work for the guy at the butchery. I'm calling it a butchery, and I know that's not the name.
We're just gonna call it a butchery just because.
But my favorite thing about that entire situation is the old guy that owns the meat place.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna help you be whatever you want to be, baby girl. Like, he's just like he's like the father figure she always needed.
Well, it just reminds me of almost every 90s movie. It's like, you know what, I'm gonna take a chance on you, and I'm gonna get you a house, and I'm gonna...
Yeah, and he pretty much does. And then Daddy comes back. The amount of things that happen in this window, like, it's less than 200 pages, and dinosaurs have evolved. They get implanted with... We haven't even talked about the fact that they can communicate.
Nope.
The dinosaurs evolved to be like pack animals for farming, and then they decide that that's annoying, so they give them telepathic chips in their brains so that when they physically touch you... That's important. Physically touch you, you can understand them. Which is wild to me, because who doesn't want a giant T-Rex or Allosaurus Rex touching you to communicate? That seems like the right choice. Like... So that happens, so then Big Al and her can talk if he's touching her, right?
Yeah.
So then they go to the meat place, and they start butchering things, and the dino... Somehow the old man's like, you got great jaws. If you can have all the brains you want if you help with the butchering. And so Big Al helps with the butchering, and they live in their little trailer until her dad shows up. How did he find her?
Well, yeah. Well, that was the whole thing, where it was like, it was posted all over the internet, this and that. The reason that I found her was that assistant. The assistant that originally was, that pretended he was the boss.
She uses a fake name, doesn't she?
Yeah, but if her picture is everywhere and the guy sees her picture,
yeah, okay.
because that's what it was. Because remember, there was the, obviously not the owner guy, but the guy that was just below him that was basically going to take advantage of her, and then the owner comes in and is like, you're not the owner, and like basically kicks him out, and that's how when he hires her on kind of thing.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
It's that guy because he is weirdly obsessed with her, and because he can't have her, he sees her picture online.
And gets daddy involved, and his brother comes, and...
Yeah.
She's got to come home, and they bring the cops, and it's this huge, like, thing, but then the cops are like, she's fine. Bye.
It's fine. She's Canadian.
Yeah, it's all good. Whatever.
Canadians don't count.
And then to me, the cutest part of this entire book was when the old man basically saves the day. He, like, comes out and, like, smacks that guy in the back of the head and, like, fires him or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he's like, love is love, baby girl. Here's a house.
The most wholesome part of the entire thing.
Yeah, was that guy in general, but yeah, I don't even know his name.
I don't.
I
never wrote it down, to be 100% honest with you.
And then I wrote, they live happily ever after, get a house, and start a dino slaughter industry.
Yeah.
Adopt a baby dinosaur. And, oh yeah, he actually starts using language. It's insane.
Tan ... is shut the fuck up.
Yeah, honestly.
Is what I wrote. I'm like, no way. But also, I actually wrote down, the orphan egg is hatching. Not our baby dinosaur is hatching. The orphan egg is what she called it. And the fact that they named the dinosaur Little Al.
So gross.
My thing was just kind
I
of
feel like the grooming started then.
Yeah. But, like, they named her Little Al, and I was just like, a lost opportunity for little orphan Allie.
That would have been so good, and that would have honestly fit with the way this book was written.
Yeah. Well, just because they already called it an orphan egg, so I'm like, why not little orphan Allie? If you're going to take it there, just take it there.
When I read it and they called the dinosaur baby Little Al, I was like, ooh, it's uncomfortable.
This is wild.
I don't like it. But, would you recommend this book?
Would I recommend this book? I would recommend it to people that are just kind of like, what is the weirdest thing you've ever read?
Exactly.
And I would be like, here you go.
This is probably, well, it's definitely up there. I don't know if it's the strangest thing I've ever read. It will, probably by the end of this year, it won't be. I know that.
It won't be, but it, like, just the way I feel towards this book, I'm just kind of like, what the hell?
Yeah, I rated it 4 peppers for spice, and I actually put in brackets 5 for the dinos, only because it was so unhinged what she was sleeping with.
Yes.
Like, I don't know necessarily if it was like...
Why? I think once you get over the shock of the dinosaur, well, also, like, that whole...
I don't know how you can get over the shock of the dinosaur. Like, yeah. I don't know. He's in every scene.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Oh, like, do you remember when she, like, swings around his neck and is, like, hanging by his neck to try to blow him? That was crazy. He's running. And she has one arm.
Did we completely forget about the scene where she gets captured by the hillbillies and goes to the barn? So much shit happens in this book.
She burns it down. She sneaks out the window.
Oh
my god!
Finds pistol lube.
Yeah, finds the pistol lube. Oh my god! It's so much happens. I can't.
So much happens. Oh, another quote I have. Pounded into her harder and faster as if making her into mochi.
Like, that's so not... I don't know.
I'm like, what?
Again,
like I said, I would read lines like this and then look out my window and be like, ah.
Not real, not the real world. Yeah, so I don't know, because you were saying you didn't know how to do your pepper ratings, but like, I made pepper ratings and star ratings so I could be consistent for all of these, but I rated it 3 stars, which on my thing would have been decent book. I have no strong feelings for it, pretty neutral. And then for my peppers I put 4, which on mine is more than 4 spicy scenes, descriptive, may add toys or other accessories. Those are my 2 descriptions. Mostly I think it was just the state of this book. It doesn't meet any real criteria when it comes to spice. It's wildly unhinged in every single category. You fed your lover your arm. Like, you let him eat that and you thought it was a great plan. Nobody took the buckshot out of her. She just had it forever. Feathers were stuck to her for healing purposes. I don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
However, Lola Faust, I'd love to have coffee with you any day of the week. Any day of the week. I gave it a 5 for ease of reading. It was an easy read.
How exciting. Well, that's the thing. Exciting. Definitely 5 because you couldn't put the book down because something new happened like every few seconds.
I gave it a 4.
It was
made it more exciting than me.
Well, that's the thing. Again, you just could not put the book down. Like, it was an easy read, and also, like, shit kept happening every 2 seconds, so you're just kind of like, holy shit.
That's valid.
But I also was just kind of like, what the fuck? The entire time.
Where, like, in your mind, as a human that's never slept with a dinosaur, you know, just, what do you think about the spice level in this book? The face, we should really live stream this because your faces are amazing.
Pretty, just fucking wild.
Yeah, it's hard to rate it. Like, I called it the spice rack, and I wrote, like, all my different ratings, and I was like, it doesn't fit
anywhere.
Any of these.
It doesn't fit anywhere. I think it's just its own category, and I wouldn't even begin to tell you how to
start it up.
Or rate that spiciness, just because it was
closing comments for me would be, or closing argument to read this book. Yeah, my closing argument for those who would read this book is, if you're looking for an action movie where, like, the action literally never stops and it doesn't make any sense, this is what that is.
Yeah.
With sex. Like, it doesn't stop. It's so every time you turn the page, it gets a little bit more wild.
If you feel like books don't shock you anymore, this will be the book for you.
Yeah, definitely. And it's not even the spice part. It's just everything in general. Like,
yeah, I'm just talking about the book.
Yeah, like, yeah, it's not even just, I mean, those scenes, some of them did shock me. Like, her initiation, how she just was, like, madly in love and then was getting fisted by this girl she'd never met. I was like, whoa, just within a minute. Okay. She's like, hi, I'm Doreen. Let me put this in your body. Like,
twisting her imaginary arm.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to correct you and be like, do you mean rubber arm? And then I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, my God. You're right. You're so right.
She don't exist.
She don't exist. Phantom pains. Now we're almost done March.
Yeah.
So we need to pick a book for next week. I need to pull out my list. So, do you have a top couple, or?
I have screenshotted 3.
3?
Yes.
Okay.
All of them are Easter.
You went with all Easter. I'm not themed. You're my theme. You're my theme, Tyler.
Tis I.
Tis I, the theme.
The theme.
And have we agreed that, like, our page count doesn't go over 200 with novellas? Is that where we believe novellas end?
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter.
Generally, when I was looking for books, if it was under 300 pages, we were safe, basically.
Okay.
But also, most of my books that I picked, I don't think are over 150 pages.
Okay.
The ones that I found that I'm like, we should read that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I generally go under, if it's under 300 pages, we're pretty safe, but also...
All right. Well, I went with no particular theme, so if you'd like to start us off... You gotta start with title.
Alright.
Let me know what yours is.
So... Wait, hold on.
I'm holding with bated breath, might I add.
Yeah. So the first one I found is called Candied by Rebecca Massy and Adeylen Graves. And it's literally labeled as an erotic Easter bunny.
Candied.
Novella. Candied.
What's the page count?
Oh, shit. Hold on.
I'm holding.
Holding.
Hold music.
Mm-hmm. I, for some reason, didn't say... I did not save the...
I forgive you.
Thingy. Where are you coming up now? Come on.
I fully... You know what my category is? Judged a book by their covers. That's what I picked mine on. Covers.
There it is. So Candied is 127 pages.
Cool. Okay.
127 pages, and literally the description is, rule number 1, don't let your friend convince you to summon a demon.
Oh, I thought you were saying suck on a demon. Summon a demon. Okay.
Summon.
Don't let your friends convince you of summoning demons. Got it.
Summons. Rule number 2, make sure to read the instructions carefully. Rule number 3, don't bang the Easter Bunny, no matter how much he says you will like it. Candied is an erotic parody novel about a life-size Easter Bunny and a down-on-her-luck shop worker who happens to really enjoy candy.
I have so many questions.
So do I.
Is it bunny-shaped, or is it a man that ends up being the Easter? Don't tell me. I'm only going by synopsis. Okay.
Yeah, no. The picture doesn't really give you much.
Okay, show me. That gives you nothing.
It gives you nothing.
It's a picture of grass and chocolate.
Chocolate
like
Easter egg.
basket. Yeah, like an Easter basket.
So, yeah.
My first one is 115 pages, and the title is How to Get a Girlfriend When You're a Terrifying Monster.
Mm-hmm.
And the cover is covered in tentacles, which is what appealed to me. Life is tough when you're an eldritch abomination. Trillian isn't technically a person. She's a tiny breakaway piece of consciousness from an all-devouring, endless doom, doomed to eventually rejoin it. But when a human stumbles into her world, Trillian suddenly has a new reason to figure out individuality, one shape, shifting tentacle at a time. Cyan is sure important magical discoveries are just around the corner. If she can just get her portals to work reliably, reaching the dimension of endless without being eaten on sight is a dream come true, and Cyan is determined to explore every bit of it. For science, of course. Not for the strangely adorable life form who keeps popping up and trying to flirt, question mark?
Question mark.
So that's, How to Get a Girlfriend When You're a Terrifying Monster. And the cover is purple eyes and tentacles holding flowers.
Oh, that's a cute cover.
Yeah, so I thought it might be more wholesome than we were thinking, but I was like, I am fully intrigued by that. And it has nothing to do with Easter.
Nope, fair.
So that's all, like I said in the first episode, Tyler's all on theme.
All on theme. So the next one I have is called Egg Hunt by M.L. Philippit, if I'm pronouncing that right. Oh, sorry, Philpit. Philpit. Philpit.
Okay, I believe that, yeah.
138 pages.
Okay.
This is the cover.
Egg Hunt with yeah, I've seen this cover.
Yeah. It's a second book in a Twisted Holidays series.
Okay.
As far as I know, they can be read as a standalone.
Okay.
I tried not doing ones that was a part of the series that we would have had to read previous books, because that's just trash.
Most of those are like interconnected standalones at most, right?
Yeah.
So usually you can read them.
Let's see. So the description says, people rationalize their desires by calling them sins, and then use the Easter Bunny holiday to seek repentance before doing it all over again. The pearl clutchers of town would send them straight to hell if they knew what I enjoy. My sins are my own. The day starts like any other, but then I learned she moves back. The woman I wanted for so long, she's here, she's free, but I'm about to change that. When the town's unusual.
Not anal.
When the town's annual Easter egg hunt comes around, I decide that her and I will be having a private one. Even if she has no idea I'm the man behind the mask, except I'm not the only one chasing her. But what he doesn't realize is she's mine. My hunt, and what?
My hunt, my cunt. Sorry.
And wolves defend their prey. Run, little rabbit, run. Egg Hunt is the second book in the Twisted Holiday series. Can be read in any order, is what it says in the description.
Okay.
So
Mask King coming in back up from the trope lineup. All right.
I know what I like.
I know what I like.
I know what I like.
Masked men yelling at me. No, don't yell. Just chase.
Chase. Alright. What's yours?
Did I bring this one up last time? I can't remember.
No.
Okay. So it's Howl for me. By Millie Moon. It is 181 pages. And it's obviously a werewolf. but it's 1976 Hollywood. The air is thick with sex, smoke, and opportunity, and Cassidy just stepped off the bus into the middle of it. She came to LA to start a new life, not stumble into an underground monster porn studio run by a demon who loves to make deals.
Damn.
But when a party leads her to Moonlight Magic Studios, Cassidy finds herself face to face with Johnny Howler, the cocky werewolf porn star with a bad attitude. Now she is his assistant, tasked with making sure he's on set on time and stays out of trouble. Let the show begin.
That sounds funny. I like that.
That's the first one. So anyway, I just thought it sounded like delightfully silly and smutty.
That's fun. I do like that.
I agreed.
Alrighty. Now, my last one is Bunny by Layla Faye. Layla Faye is the one that Chandra and I read the monster books already.
Okay.
Jack, the Halloween one, that I think that you should read in October because
Yeah.
it is unhinged, and the Thanksgiving one that Chandra mentioned to us the other day.
We have to wait for those seasons, though, to do those.
Yes. So, this one is Bunny by Layla Faye. It's 130 pages.
Okay. It's not bad.
Alrighty. This one says... The Easter Bunny is shredded, adorably clueless, and bent on feeding me his honey.
Oh.
When I see the buff stranger in my garden, I think he's just a figment of my imagination. I'm a divorcee who's starved for romance. It's possible that I'm just seeing stuff. Especially...
It's possible I'm just seeing stuff.
Especially if stuff is a heavenly buff and equipped with bunny ears and a fluffy ball of a tail. By the time I realize he's real, it's too late. Derek, who still believes in...
Derek,
who still believes in Santa and the Tooth Fairy, has seen him and is asking all kinds of questions about the Easter Bunny in our garden. Questions which the stranger is happy enough to answer while bribing us with chocolate eggs and gifts. When I'm finally alone with him, it turns out that his visit is not a coincidence. He has many more gifts for me, and his lack of experience won't stop him from giving me everything I need. His masculine energy, insatiable curiosity, and intoxicating flavor soon have me hooked. But what will happen when Easter ends? A steamy novella with a himbo Easter bunny, a special flavor, HEA, and lots of fluff.
I bet. So of your three, I think your first one sounds the most intriguing.
Sounds
for me,
good.
personally.
Candied?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so intrigued because I need to know if that's a bunny or if he's a man with a bunny tail. Like, what's going on there? I'm so interested.
Yeah.
She likes candy, so is he coming candy? Like, I need to know. I'm so interested. My last one is by Nisha J. Tooley, who wrote... Trial. Trial of the Sun Queen. So I picked it specifically because she was the author. It's called Wicked is the Reaper. It's the day of the hunt, and I've always known it would decide my future. The man who brings the largest stag to the feet of my father, will win my hand in marriage. My oldest friend and the greatest hunter, Atherius, is favored to win, and we've planned our entire lives together. I wonder if it'll work out. That is until the Reaper, the monster who haunts the trees, arrives with the largest stag in the forest and claims me as his own. Wicked is the Reaper is a steamy adult fantasy romance novella perfect for fans of Sarah J. Maas, Jennifer L. Amertrout, and Raven Kennedy. Please note, this book contains explicit content and darker elements. Blah, 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 blah. Trigger warnings.
Bah.
So I picked it specifically because I was like, oh, I like her writing. And it's a novella.
Novels.
But yeah, so if you're thinking on theme, I'm probably thinking Candied, unless one of mine appeal to you more.
Good.
But
I also from yours, I like the Howl.
Howl for me?
Yeah.
Yeah. We will have to read that one because I do love that it's like a 1979 porno studio of monsters. I think that sounds incredible.
Sounds hilarious.
Oh, maybe see some interesting... No more dinosaurs, maybe. Just take a break.
Can we take a break from dinosaurs, please?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe we'll get some evolution on that.
But yeah. I'm open.
So we'll do Candied.
Candied?
Yeah, I think so.
Sounds
that's
good.
like, we're 2 weeks from Easter. So, like, let's just let's just see what happens.
Sounds good. And that's today's episode of Plot Twisted Spicy,
where a short book once again caused long conversations.
If you love this novella,
or if you're still processing what just happened between the sheets,
make sure you follow, rate, and leave us a review.
Because your validation fuels our chaos.
We'll be back with another fast read.
And absolutely unhinged opinions.
Until next time, stay spicy.